Hello everyone, this is yours truly, J Blue or J Blue 68. Today is December the 1st, 2018. I'm very excited today as we are on the eve of one of the most exciting fights we've had in probably a decade, and that is the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. I'm a boxing fan, big time boxing fan. I've been watching boxing since I was a kid, when it was free, not pay-per-view, as it will be tonight on Showtime. This is a huge fight because it's the heavyweight champion title of the world fight. But anyway, this video is not about boxing. This video is about what you see below: the cancellation of Marvel's or the Netflix Marvel show Daredevil, which is the third show to have been canceled in the last 2-3 months now. The first being Iron Fist, second, which was my favorite, Luke Cage, and now Daredevil. And ironically, Daredevil is one of their flagship shows. So I'm surprised to hear that, and I'm wondering like, what the hell is going on? I contacted Netflix about a month or so ago. I talked to a representative. Nice guy. He could only give me so much information, but he pretty much went on to tell me that it had to do something to do with production costs. And when I talked to the guy, I kind of gathered that really was all he could say. And that, there is only so much information, a person can give who works for a corporation, with inside information that they cannot necessarily share with customers, paying customers or not. But then there's another rumor that I had heard earlier this year, and I'm believing the rumor to be true because it's been confirmed through other sources that I've talked to and heard of on the news media, is that Disney, who owns Marvel and also owns Lucasfilm, is about to start their own streaming network. And as you know, DC, owned by Warner Brothers, has already started their streaming network, which has been very successful so far. They just started a new show, Titans, which actually looks very good. And they pulled a lot of their shows from Netflix. And it was rumored about a year ago that eventually Disney was going to pull a lot of their shows from Netflix. Well, it looks like that's happening. But it's starting with their contracted shows, which were Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And it left me kind of pissed about the situation. But I'm believing and hoping that this whole thing about Disney having their own streaming network is true. Because if so, then they'll be moving their shows to the streaming network. Now, the only thing is that Netflix and Marvel have a contract with those 4 shows. So for right now, and probably for the next year or two, they'll continue to have ownership rights to those shows. They can't move them at this point in time. So even if Disney were to continue doing the 4 shows that we know of, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, it would seem a little off kilter and inconsistent to have part of their shows on Netflix and another part of their shows, of those shows, on the Disney network. I believe eventually Disney will buy those shows from Netflix. When that will happen, we don't know. As to any news as to what really is happening, we probably won't get until Comic-Con next year, June of next year, at the San Diego Comic-Con. And in terms of Disney making their news, they have the D323 or something like that occurs about a month after the San Diego Comic-Con. And the San Diego Comic-Con takes place in the month of June. So we really won't probably get any solid news from Jeff Loeb and all the guys over at Marvel TV until next year. I'm hoping to hear something sooner, to hear again what the hell is going on. And again, I was really pissed and still am about the cancellation of Luke Cage. So toes and fingers crossed, fingers and toes crossed, is that we will hear some news, something from Jeff Loeb. I'm hoping before Comic-Con, man, to be honest with you. Hopefully toward at the beginning of the year, before the end of this year, but I'm quite sure it won't be before the end of this year. Jessica Jones is actually in his third season of filming, and The Punisher is in his second season of filming. They're contracted to actually to air those shows, which they will sometime in 2019. But I have a feeling after they're aired, they're going to axe those shows too. And it'll probably be around the same time as I mentioned Comic-Con, or the San Diego Comic-Con. And that's when they'll make their official announcement as to what they'll be doing with those shows. There have been rumors too that they will finally be able to integrate those characters with some of the Avengers. Disney is actually working on other TV shows, including a Scarlet Witch and Vision show, a Black Widow TV show, I think, and one with Hawkeye. Definitely, I know there's going to be one with the Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and they'll be able to introduce other characters, villains, and whatnot, and again to hopefully continue the shows that we've been watching and enjoying on the Netflix channel. I'm hoping those things happen. Coincidentally, I'm looking at a comic book over here that I picked up last week, which deals with the death of Daredevil. Now, this comic book was actually written way before we got the news or had any type of news related to the cancellation of the Netflix TV shows. But it's just a coincidence that this book was written. So as we get the death of Daredevil in the comic books, we're also getting the death of the Netflix Marvel Daredevil TV show. Good book, by the way. I would highly recommend it to pick it up in in your local comic book shop. So again, I'm not very happy about what Netflix has been doing. But I'm staying optimistic. I always say out of bad situations, good things can come out of bad situations. So I think it would be, at this point, bad for Marvel to do a Heroes for Hire show without having completed the events and situations that occurred in Luke Cage and that occurred in Iron Fist. We were kind of left on a cliffhanger for both of those shows. So I think it would be vital for them to tie loose ends, so to speak, with those shows, and then do a Heroes for Hire show. A lot of fans have been wanting to see Heroes for Hire. There's Heroes for Hire basically combines the two major characters, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, as a duo or a team, crime-fighting team. And they also recruit other superheroes into their crime-fighting unit, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Moon Knight, another show I've been hoping to see, and The Punisher. So I'm hoping that, again, and not sounding redundant or like a broken record, that Jeff Loeb and the guys over at Marvel TV will announce something soon. There have been other Marvel TV shows that have been canceled that I want to see either continued, revived, brought back. Agent Carter, definitely one of them, which was on the ABC network, and The Inhumans, which received terrible reviews even from Marvel fans. And I have to say myself that it was done in a cheap, poor way. I liked the guy who played as Black Bolt in the show and Maximus, but the other actors in the show were very lackluster in their acting. But I really think it had to do with the director of the of that particular TV show, who actually, by the way, directed the first season of Iron Fist, which received a lot of mixed reviews and bad reviews from fans too. But I liked Iron Fist. But I don't think that this guy, and I don't remember the director's name, but I don't think that he's really keen or into or completely aware of comic books and comic lore and how the Marvel universe or even the comic universe functions or how it operates. So I'm hoping not only with the TV shows that have been canceled on Netflix, but we will actually get an announcement of a possible season 3 with Agent Carter, a show that also ended on a cliffhanger. I'm hoping that will happen. I I really do. I enjoy the show very much. I think Haley Atwell did a fabulous job as Agent Carter. And that, again, we'll get a revival of the Inhumans. I'm an Inhumans fan. I love the characters, Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, Gorgon, Triton, Crystal, which are the royal family. And I did a video, I think it was last week, showing the comic book itself of the Inhumans, the death of the Inhumans. A lot of characters have been dying in the Marvel Universe, particularly in the comic books. But they always revive them. They just did a revival of Wolverine, Return of the Wolverine. And I did a video on that too not too long ago. So that's basically my news. It's old news actually because it's 2 days old. It was announced on Thursday, 2 days ago, that Daredevil was canceled. A lot of fans are extremely upset about it and making it very vocal all over the internet. But again, fingers and toes crossed is that this streaming network will take place. Unfortunately, we'll have to be patient and wait a while. Us comic book fans, Marvel TV show fans, and see what happens. So that's it for me. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. It's cold outside. We're in the middle of the major holidays. Stay safe, and peace, love, and hair grease. Good luck, Deontay Wilder, if you happen to be watching my video, man. Knock him out, dog. Knock him out.